morning, Steve Jebo. Steve.
Good morning. I'm Steve Jebo, and I'm not a politician. I am, however, a veteran, and I'm here with the rest of you today to celebrate our nation's birthday. And we want to let our government hear what we have to say. What you just heard from Clark Sanders is the reading of our nation's birth certificate. This is our beginning, the first document that authenticates the birth of our country. And it was fought for and paid for with blood and lives and a great deal of suffering by those who we call the first American patriots. This birth certificate is the foundation, the very backbone of our heritage. It was forged with great risk by those who found it necessary for one people to dissolve the political bonds which connected them with another. And of course you know the names of many of these who served and sacrificed in this great cause. Names like Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Paul Revere, Benjamin Franklin, and Robert Shurtleff. Because, what's that? You don't know the name Robert Shurtleff? Well, let me just take a minute and tell you a little bit about Robert Shurtleff. This patriot from Plimpton, Massachusetts, felt the call to serve this new nation on May 20th, 1782, and joined the Light Infantry Company of the 4th Massachusetts Regiment under Captain George Webb. This Light Infantry Company fought many skirmishes between May and July of 1782. On July 3rd of 1782, during the Battle of Tarrytown, New York, this soldier received a cutlass wound to the head and 2 musket balls to the thigh. Now, after being treated for the cutlass wound, and before doctors could get around to removing the musket balls, this brave soul, with some success, tried to remove the musket balls without assistance, just using a penknife and a needle. 1 musket ball was removed, but the other remained for many years, causing pain and a pronounced limp. Undeterred, and along with this same company, this volunteer continued to fight other battles and skirmishes. Now, on April 1st, 1873, this soldier, patriot, was promoted to serve under General John Patterson. The new promotion brought a better quality of life, better food, and less danger. However, it did not diminish the service to country. It wasn't until the summer of 1783, while being treated for what doctors called at that time brain fever, probably meningitis or encephalitis, that the true identity of this soldier was discovered. You see, the civilian turned soldier was actually a woman named Deborah Sampson. She had such a passion to serve her new country, she assumed her dead brother's name, disguised herself as a man, and enlisted in the newly organized Continental Army to experience the very worst situations that men face, the killing, maiming, and destruction of war. Today, she is recognized as the first known American woman to disguise herself as a man to join the Army. I believe that Deborah Sampson didn't fight the War of Independence for the sake of fighting. Somehow she doesn't strike me as that kind of woman. I believe she endured the horrors and devastation of war because she heard the words in our Declaration of Independence, words that gave her hope for her future, words that allowed her to freely pursue her life, liberty, and happiness. Under the kind of government laid out in this declaration, she was now free to buy some land, build a house, raise her children as she saw fit, to be God-fearing people who loved their country, to go to church and worship God, and who gave her these unalienable rights, to plant gardens and keep her land as she would like. And she certainly never dreamed that the day would come when this government could step in and forcibly take her land from her to put up a shopping center or a mall or high-rise apartments, because that would generate more taxes. Today we have a fight on our hands, not with guns, cannons, pitchforks, or axes, but a fight by the means laid out in the Declaration of Independence and our Constitution, as as dictated by the rule of law. And make no mistake, this fight isn't just about taxes. It's about unresponsive, non-representing representatives, arrogant politicians who think we are stupid and careless and don't give a, you fill in the blank. It's about spineless elected officials who don't have the integrity to stand up and say, wait a minute, slow down. Give us time to read and discuss and understand the proposed bills in order to vote on them more intelligently and benefit all America, not just a small segment. It's about an administration that promised transparency in government dealings and has broken that promise many times over. And global warming or global climate change or whatever they want to call it, please give me a break. A few so-called scientists run a computer program and cry, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. And we all know how reliable computers are, don't we? You put garbage into a computer and what do you get out? Garbage. Global warming. When a small group of people with an agenda take a stand that says, my mind's made up, don't confuse me with the facts, you know something stinks. Now, meteorologists or weather scientists can't actually predict the weather next week, to say nothing about the next 10 or 20 years. It all boils down to panic among environmental activists. Now, make no mistake, there's no question that we need to clean up after ourselves. We need to recycle and not waste our precious natural resources. But no one, I repeat, no one in the industrial world cleans up better themselves than we do. So please, environmental activists, spare me the scare tactics. Come back down to earth and give us a reasonable plan that will benefit us all and not bankrupt us in the meantime. Now, we've always complained about our taxes. That's one of our rights to free speech. But those in Washington, the keepers of the coin, so to speak, those who we have entrusted with our hard-earned tax dollars, don't hear what we're saying. They go on, as they have for many, many years, through many administrations, squandering and wasting our tax dollars on frivolous pork projects just to ensure their jobs for the future. And when men of integrity, the few that there seem to be nowadays, unearth what looks like graft or corruption, these men are fired on so-called grounds of incompetence. Now, I don't know how you feel about it, but nobody needs to apologize for me or my country. We are some of, if not, yes. We are some of, if not, the most generous people in the world. What country seems to lead the way to help other countries devastated by earthquakes or tsunamis or hurricanes and other disasters? The USA. Yes, we have a fight on our hands today, but with the blessings of the God, our Creator, and if we follow His lead, we can bring our country back to the foundation, which our signers of the Declaration of Independence intended. And it's time we banded together, and because there is strength in numbers. And with enough numbers making enough noise, our politicians will have to hear us. If they don't, we will simply, in unity, fire them because they work for us.